Now before I apply my main color, I'm going to start by adding a little bit of our Noir Black into these details. Once the main color is dry, I'm going to take a little bit off to reveal some of these darker tones where I'm going to enhance with the Noir Black. Now before you get started, once you open your can of paint, I want you to make sure that you stir the paint. It's very thick and creamy, and a simple shake isn't going to usually do the job. So just get your stir stick and really give it a nice good stir. Here you can just start to see how creamy it is. So I want you to stir that really good so you're going to have a great solution for you to work with. So I'm going to take my brush, dip it into my paint, and just start applying it really generously all over my details. But you can already start to see the beautiful coverage with just the first brush stroke. It is phenomenal. This is really applied on very loosely. I'm not really following any specific brush stroke or pattern. I just want to get a little bit of the dark color in here so I can go back and remove some of my overcoat to really reveal some of the natural darkness of this piece. So now that the Noir Black has dried, I'm ready to move on to applying my paint all over this buffet. I'm going to use this beautiful color called Stone Gray. Now before you start painting, I want you to be sure to give your paint a good stir. The consistency of the paint is so beautiful and so creamy. It's just decadent and luxurious and gorgeous. So to get started, I'm going to take my brush. This is our beautiful 2-inch medium-sized paintbrush, and I love using this on the majority of my projects. It works on small to medium to large projects, and it really works so beautifully with the paint. Everything's been designed so beautifully together to really help you have the best end result in the fastest, most efficient, least amount of time. So I'm going to take my brush, dip it into my paint, and then start applying it all over my piece. I'm finished with my main color, and I'm done with all of the little accents that I wanted to do and bring in several different colors on this one piece of furniture. So the next step that I want to get into is applying our clear sealer. This step is so important to me because it really helps protect my painted finish and give me very long lasting results. Now I know you're probably really excited to jump ahead and use one of our gorgeous antiquing glazes. But before you do that, I really want you to follow along with me as I put the clear sealer on. And whenever you're working on your own projects, I suggest you do the same. Be sure you use the clear sealer after all of your painted finishes are done drying. So to get started, I'm going to use this gorgeous specialty brush that we have designed to really help apply the sealer on for you. It has this beautiful large diameter, and the bristles are so dense that it really helps you apply the clear sealer on without any effort at all. I'm going to take my brush, dip it into my clear sealer, and get a thin coat. And if you're not sure what a thin coat is, just keep a little piece of cardboard and wipe off any excess. And then I'm going to simply start applying it all over my piece in the same direction as my wood grain. And you can just see how easily and quickly I'm applying this. This really shouldn't take more than a few minutes for an entire piece of furniture. I let the clear sealer dry for about 20 minutes, and now I'm ready to move on to the next step, which is one of the most fun parts of the entire transformation. I'm going to show you exactly how I'm going to use one of our beautiful antiquing glazes to really add even more of the gorgeous aged antique style to this piece. Now to get started, I'm going to use this gorgeous brush. This was designed specially and specifically for our antiquing glazes, and also to help give you a lot of control when you're applying the glaze all over your piece. Now I know you may look inside the can and get really intimidated, but I want you to know the products are super easy to use. They go on very light, very translucent, and along with our brush, you're going to have a lot of control over the application So you can have as little or as much as your heart desires. So I'm going to take my brush, dip it into my glaze, and just get a really light coat all over my brush. You don't need a heavy coat, a little bit goes a long way. I'm just going to wipe off a little bit of the glaze just to make sure I have a really light coat, and this also helps make sure I have a really light coat all over my bristles. Once I've done that, I'm just going to use a really light, very light feathering motion to get my glaze applied evenly and consistently all over my project. This should really take just a matter of a few minutes. This is such an easy process, and it's so amazing what a difference it can make in all of the different paint colors, in your moldings, and how it can really enhance your current interiors.